Hey, hey. Daisy data streams, surfing on the net, unraveling truths, no time to forget. Einstein brainwaves, mind never lazy, electric insight, color Tesla's Daisy. Internet whispers, she hears every bite. Daisy chases truth, shines her inner light. Energy surges, knowledge is the prize. Eyes open wide, she's the internet's eyes.
What's up, turds, nerds, freaks, and geeks, and all that's in between? It's me, your girl, Daisy Dame. Welcome to, or welcome back to, my channel. I'm genuinely blessed to have you here. Today, we certainly do have a bit heavier of a topic, or should I say, lighter, I guess. Sorry, I just don't know how to make jokes in the time that we're in. I hope you're all doing well. You sure do look swell, and thank you so much for being here. Please don't forget, like, sub, hit that bell, and do all that you're meant to do so I can do what I'm meant to do, and let's get into it. Recently, I saw a story of something happening with a 23-year-old and her mother now being charged, and she did state, I didn't want to trigger her. Well, now, 53-year-old Amy has a loss of her daughter who had, in her words, severe autism. Okay, and this is alarming because it's something we're gonna see, and we are seeing a lot more of. This rot maxing thing, it's not a joke, and for some it's life or not, right? And this is so sad. It's so freaking disturbing, and I really hope that this helps some people see that, you know, when you put yourself out there in such a vulnerable place, those with learning disabilities, autism, ADHD, things like this, they have a hard time understanding the difference between like a fad and like a trend, right? Like I had stated before, I really didn't want Y2K fashion to come back because it essentially promotes and does promote being absurdly thin. And this is, mind you, after they've just promoted being absurdly big. And again, you guys know how I feel about this. To each their own. As long as you are healthy, as long as you are happy, I don't give a rat's boot what size you are, okay? I don't give a rat's boot. As long as you're working with your doctor and you're in a good place, that's what matters, okay? And I've been screaming from the rooftops for years about John B. Calhoun's Mouse Utopia experiments. Because why is this? In this information alone, we find out that the women do what? They start leaving their youth alone. They start neglecting their youth for what? So that they can pay more attention to themselves, keep themselves safer, prim and proper, as well as with the nicer looking, healthier males. Oh my golly. And they try to say that this was not a big prediction of our future, but I'm sorry, dude. Like, it's almost, what, 50, 60? No, it's almost 70 something years later. And we're seeing how it literally has played out. So don't tell me things like 1984, They Live, and all those things are not showing us what's about to happen, because it has. And when I do this next deeper dive, y'all are going to be shooketh. I'm not holding back anymore, okay? You guys, we want mainstream articles, right? We want mainstreams narrative. That's what they want us to put out there. I'm gonna do it. Let's do it then. Let's put their narratives out there. Her daughter was 70 pounds, y'all, with severe autism, and didn't want to upset her about her weight. Honey, I don't think that's what it is, okay? There comes a point where it doesn't matter about your kids' feelings. They're gonna be okay. They'll get over it, and if not, you'll work it out, and one day they'll exile you, okay? They'll put you in a home. They'll never see you again, and that's basically what a lot of kids are doing now anyways. We see a lot of youth going no contact with their parents. Why? Because they don't agree with how they were treated, with how things worked out for them. So they have that ability to then go no contact because they are grown adult human beings who get to decide how they feel and how they want to be treated in their lives. So this woman is 52, for God's sakes, well old enough. The daughter was 23. And I don't know if you know this, but issues with weight, this could be a huge cry for help in itself, okay? Clearly, that should be obvious, but this woman in her dang 50s couldn't see that. Y'all, please, pay attention to your kids. Love your children. Give them attention. Hug them. Hold them. Let them know they are loved. no matter what size, no matter what weight, as long as they are healthy. Because y'all know, I've been there. I've been on both sides of this, okay? I was chunky once, believe it or not, I was a little thick, okay? And also, after pregnancy, your weight fluctuates so much after having a child because your body is trying to steady itself. And I'm getting back to a healthier place too, right? It's all about doing the next best thing. This woman is being charged for this. And we're going to see more of this. Her daughter is an adult. It's still her child. It's still care, a duty. And I don't get why people don't see this. I don't get why people aren't recognizing it. But when I started to look into this story, I was just simply alarmed and overwhelmed at the amount of similar stories that popped up. And I wanted to share that with you because I felt like it's something that should be shared and made aware of. Now, I know that you can all gather what I'm trying to say about this, but I will read a bit more about it so you have a better idea. Amy made the 911 call herself the morning she found her daughter. The criminal complaint says the elder was the younger's legal guardian and full-time caregiver, and it is 2017 due to her daughter's severe autism. So she started to be her full-time caregiver in 2017, which matters. That is partially what helps put blame on her for this. Deputies responded to the residence and found the young woman without a pulse, unable to breathe, and beyond medical help. According to medical findings, Dr. Amy Scheel, that are cited in the complaint, she was extremely thin and emaciated. Victim, who stood at 5'5", weighing 70 pounds. Her hip bones were visible through her skin, and her eyes had sunken in. She had almost no fatty tissue to her body, the report says, and the medical examiner state of turgor, which is a term that means the skin does not sufficiently recover at all after being pinched, which means severe dehydration, which is such a dangerous and scary thing. It's madness, y'all. Drink your water, okay? I know it's hard in these times. Make sure you boil it. Make sure that you have a safe water to drink. But do make sure that you are getting your fluids, even if you're drinking Gatorade or something similar that would hydrate. Anything that hydrates, not prime. We'll just go a bit further into this, and then we'll look at a few more instances of examples of all the circumstances that have happened recently. And I just find it interesting because we do see a drastic increase in these numbers. So, the manner of death was homicide and the caregiver failing to provide for her daughter adequate hydration and nutrition. She had said that her daughter was never a big eater, that she truly thought she would bounce back. When asked by the detective if she ever considered calling emergency services to have her daughter taken to the hospital for her weight, she said, "I didn't want to upset her." Miss Ma'am, that is when you do the dang thing. That's why there are certain things like 5150s where if a loved one is in a dangerous place and they are harming themselves and you can prove it, which clearly this person was in a harmful state, they were a grown adult, they should have understood this equals bad, they were not healthy or mentally well enough to do that. You are their voice. You have to be. You have to speak for them and say they need help. That is why certain things like that exist. I don't agree with people misusing that. Okay, I really don't. I think that's a terrible thing to do. But when used properly, it really does make sense, because especially if you are the legal guardian. So as you can see, there's multiple other instances within the last few years of this very thing. Mothers allowing their babies to just starve. I can't, y'all. It makes me sick to my stomach. This world needs Jesus. It needs some help. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Please don't forget, like, sub, hit that bell. I so appreciate y'all being here, even with the harder topics. You look really swell today. Make sure you do get your fluids and take care of you because you are worthy of a good life. Bye, guys.
Through the chaos, searching through the mess. Knowledge like a beacon, Daisy won't rest. Digital Sherlock, cracking every code. In the world of lies, she's true secret mode. Wires buzzing, life in the palms of her hands. Truth like a melody, in the web it stands. Sparks fly, Daisy's got the cheats. Plugged into reality, she never depletes. Internet whisper, she hears every bite. Daisy chases truth, shines her inner light. Energy surges, knowledge is the prize. Eyes open wide, she's the internet's eyes. Bits and bytes dance, secrets they spin. Daisy deciphers, peeping through the din. Electric pulses guiding her quest. Tesla mind in search of the best.